Gloria, has she apologized to Tiger's wife and kids?
What? Pardon me?
Has she apologized to Tiger's wife and kids? Have your clients apologized to Tiger's wife and kids?
You know, if his wife wants to speak to Veronica, I will make that happen. I would be very happy to make that happen.
Well, you know what, Jane? I really don't believe in the whole sex addiction thing either. So I'm not buying that part of it either. And I really think who needs the details of all this is Tiger and his family. What everybody out there watching needs to know is if somebody will cheat with you, they will cheat on you. And if you think they won't, you are a nut. Lots of people were saying on TV that it must be a case of Stockholm Syndrome. And I said that was too early to make that conclusion. I said it on this show. And I really think that these journals really bear that out, that we needed to wait a little bit longer, because what it looks a lot more like to me is another phenomenon called learned helplessness. And it's different because in learned helplessness, the victim doesn't ever really develop an affinity for the kidnapper, as happens in Stockholm Syndrome. But what just happens is the victim sort of gives up hope of ever getting out of the situation, and so begins psychologically to start to try to make the best of it. As an expert witness who testifies about people's motivations for committing crimes, ideologically driven killers rarely are influenced by anything other than their ideology. What I call Hollywood healthcare, there's an epidemic of it in this country, and what Stacey said is absolutely right. As licensed healthcare professionals, we have a duty, a moral, legal, and ethical duty to say no to our patients when it's in their best interest to do so. And let me give you the micro and the macro on this, Jane. The micro is, this is an example, I believe, of Hollywood healthcare in which doctors are willing to give a celebrity just about anything to be in their company, maybe sexual company, maybe just their company. But at the macro level, it's like you said at the top of the show today, we've become a quick fix culture in which happiness is to be pursued by the fastest road, or what looks like the fastest road, as opposed to the most lasting or meaningful road. People don't want to do anything hard, they don't want to overcome any obstacles, but parts of life like losing a loved one are hard, and there's growth to be attained by overcoming obstacles. You also mentioned addiction to drama, and that exists. We have a name for it. It's called borderline personality disorder. As a psychologist, I can tell you the tendency to recant, that this recanting that she did, that is typical in spousal abuse cases where the spouse thinks, well, you know, what will I lose if I lose the marriage, etc. Now, as a psychologist, sort of to bring the show full circle, I'm most concerned here about the kids. Let's not have any more kids go through life with her as a mom. Let's go ahead and give her what she's wanted all along. Let's give her a reality show, but let's have it be Adoption Idol, where good parents from around the country compete to adopt this woman's kids. I took a couple shots in the interest of medical science before the show tonight, Vinny, and I can tell you that my throat's a little numb, but my mind is as sharp as a butter knife as it is every night on the show.
Brian, JC was reunited with her mom yesterday. Would you expect they'd be able to renew the relationship? I mean, how do you go about trying to readjust to a life?
Well, there's no manual for this, Anderson. It's unprecedented. You show the 3 Ps. If you show planning, preparation, and practice, that really sort of contradicts the idea that somebody was doing something because they believed there was some kind of imminent harm.
Brian Russell, do you think he'll hold up his end of the bargain?
Well, as everyone in the HLN News family knows, far be it from me to throw cold water on a heartwarming story of a criminal finding faith, but no, I don't believe it. You have to do so many things to be one of these guys that breeds these dogs and organizes these fights, so many things that require deliberate, purposive action. And so what you end up with is somebody who's a small-minded individual who thinks they're a really big deal, and you add on top of that lots of free time and plenty of money, and it's almost a recipe for trouble. It's almost as if these judges are more concerned about the criminals than they are about the victims. I think there are 3 key reasons, Bill. 4 key lessons in this case, Mike.
Very good analysis, by the way.